and welcome to the PYQ series of Drishti IAS. I'm Ritu and today's session is about miscellaneous. So you already know that we had covered economy, geography, environment, ecology, history, polity. So today we are with the miscellaneous. So whatever the topic which has been remained from all these topics, so we are going to discuss on all those questions. So let's start our discussion. So here first of all we are going to discuss about what are the duties of the Chief of Defence Staff as head of the Department of Military Affairs. So here are options: permanent chairman of Chiefs of Staff Committee, exercise military command over the three services chiefs, principal military advisor to Defence Ministry on all tri-service matters. Select the correct answer using the code given below: 1, 2 and 3, 1 and 2 only, 2 and 3 only, 1 and 3 only. Let's look the answer. So the answer is D. So here the answer is 1 and 3 only. So in discussion part we are going to discuss that why there is no 2. So Chief of Defence Staff, its creation was recommended in 2001 by a group of ministers that was tasked with studying the Kargil Review Committee 1999 report. The post of CDS was also established on the recommendation of Sektakar Committee headed by Lieutenant General D.B. Sektakar. So the duties and function of the Chief of Defence Staff, here we have to function as the permanent chairman of the Chiefs of Staff Committee, hence statement 1 is correct. However, CDS will not exercise any military command over the three services chiefs. CDS will ensure coordination in joint operation. Hence, statement 2 is not correct, that CDS will not exercise any military command over the three services chiefs. To act as the principal military advisor to Honorable Raksha Mantri on all tri-services matter. Hence, statement 3 is correct. To administer the tri-service organizations agencies command. To be a member of Defence Acquisition Council chaired by the Honorable Raksha Mantri. So that's why option D is the correct one. Now we are going to discuss the next one. Operations undertaken by the army towards upliftment of the local population in remote areas to include addressing of their basic needs is called Operation Sankalp, Operation Maitri, Operation Sadbhavana, Operation Mother. And the answer is C. And let's look at the answer. The answer is C. So here we'll talk about the Operation Sadbhavana. Operation Sadbhavana is a humanitarian initiatives of the Indian Army. So sometimes in PYQ formats or in any prelims format, they can ask question like this, that Operation Sadbhavana is an initiative of whom? So it is an initiative of the Indian Army aimed at improving the social and economic condition of the people of remote areas through various welfare activities including running schools, developing infrastructures and promoting national integration tours. The Indian Army aims to empower the local population, provide employment opportunities and support education, thus contributing to nation building efforts. So with the help of Indian Army, they are helping the people of the remote areas so that they can live a healthy and normal life. Now we are going to discuss next one. Consider the following statement. India is a member of International Grains Council. A country needs to be a member of the International Grains Council for exporting or importing rice and wheat. Which of these statements given above are correct? 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, neither 1 nor 2, and the answer should be A. Let's look at the answer. The answer is A. The International Grain Council is an intergovernmental organization that seeks to further international cooperation in grains trade, promote expansion, openness, fairness in the grain sector, contribute to grain market stability and enhance world food security. India is a member of International Grain Council. So that's why statement 1 is correct. Each member is designated as an importer or exporter on the basis of its average trade in grains, rice and oilseeds. So not just rice and wheat. So that's why a country need not to be a member of International Grains Council for exporting or importing rice and wheat. So that's why statement 2 is not correct. So therefore option A is the correct answer. Now we are going to discuss the next one. Consider the following statement regarding World Toilet Organization. It is one of the agencies of the United Nations. World Toilet Summit, World Toilet Day, and World Toilet College are initiatives of this organization to inspire action to tackle the global sanitation crisis. The main focus of its function is to grant funds to the least developed countries and developing countries to achieve the end of open defecation. So here we have options 2 only, 3 only, 1 and 2 only, 2 and 3 only, and the answer should be A. Let's look at the answer, and the answer is A. World Toilet Organization is a global non-profit organization committed to improving toilet and sanitation conditions worldwide. It was granted consultative status with the United Nations Economic and Social Council in 2013. Hence, statement 1 is not correct. World Toilet Organization established World Toilet Day, World Toilet Summit in 2001. This was followed by World Toilet College in 2005. So that's why statement 2 is correct. World Toilet Organization provides an international platform for toilet association, governments, academic institutions, foundation, UN agencies, corporate stakeholders to exchange knowledge, leverage media and corporate support in an effort to promote clean sanitation and public health policies. So that's why statement 3 is not correct. They are not specifically talking about the funds. So coming to the next one. Consider the following statement in respect of Bharat Ratna and Padma Awards. Bharat Ratna and Padma Awards are titles under Article 18(1) of the Constitution of India. Padma Awards, which were instituted in the year 1954, were suspended only once. The number of Bharat Ratna Awards is restricted to a maximum of 5 in a particular year. Which of the above statements are not correct? Here they are asking the not correct. 1 and 2 only, 2 and 3 only, 1 and 3 only, 1, 2 and 3. Let's look at the answer, and the answer is D. The Padma Awards are announced annually on Republic Day. It was instituted in 1954 and is one of the highest civilian honors of India. The awards are given in 3 categories. So first we have Padma Vibhushan for exceptional and distinguished service, Padma Bhushan, distinguished service of higher order, and then we have Padma Shri, distinguished service. Article 18(1) prohibits the state to confer titles on anybody, whether a citizen or non-citizen. Military and academic distinctions are, however, exempted from the prohibition. Bharat Ratna Padma Awards are not titles under the Article 18(1). So this is very much important, that Bharat Ratna and Padma Awards are not titles under Article 81. So that's why statement 1 is not correct. Padma Vibhushan is highest in the hierarchy of Padma Awards, followed by Padma Bhushan and Padma Shri. The Padma Awards were suspended during the years 1978, 1979 and 1993 and 1997. So it was not suspended once, it was suspended many times. Hence statement 2 is not correct. Now we have statement 3. Bharat Ratna is the highest civilian award of the country. It is awarded in the recognition of exceptional service performance of the highest order in any field of human endeavor. Recommendation of Bharat Ratna are made by the Prime Minister to the President of India. The number of Bharat Ratna award is restricted to maximum of 3 in a particular year. So that's why statement 3 is not correct. So option D is the correct answer. So we got to know about Bharat Ratna, we got to know about the Padma Awards. So you know that which has the highest hierarchy, not hierarchy, but we can say that Padma Vibhushan has given for the extra exceptional services. Then we have this Padma Bhushan, then we have this Padma Shri. Now we are going to discuss about the IAS Prelims 2025. So here we have online general science, and what are the key features of this course? 400 hours of classes, unlimited view time, prelims test series, and the medium is in English. So if you want to know more information, you can call on to the number 87501. You can also download Drishti learning app. Now we are going to discuss another question. Consider the following pairs: famous place and river. Pandharpur, Chandrabhaga, Tiruchirappalli, Kaveri, Hampi, Malprabha. Which of the pairs given above are correctly matched? 1 and 2 only, 2 and 3 only, 1 and 3 only, 1, 2 and 3. So let's look at the answer, and the answer is A. Pandharpur is a holy place of Sri Vitthal and Sri Rukmani. It is also known as Southern Kasi of India and Kuldwaith of Maharashtra state. The Chandrabhaga Bhima river flows through the city, hence pair 1 is correctly matched. Tiruchirappalli, situated on the banks of river Kaveri, is the 4th largest city in Tamil Nadu. It was a citadel of the early Cholas, which later fell to the Pallavas, hence pair 2 is the correctly matched. Hampi is a UNESCO World Heritage Site in India located near Hospet towns in the Karnataka state. It is situated on the southern bank of Tungabhadra river, hence pair 3 is not correctly matched. Now we are going to discuss the next question. Consider the following statement. In India, prisons are managed by state governments with their own rules and regulation for the day-to-day administration of prisons. Statement 2. In India, prisons are governed by the Prisons Act 1894, which expressly kept the subject of prisons in the control of provincial governments. Now, let's look at the options. Both statement 1 and statement 2 are correct, and statement 2 is the correct explanation for statement 1. Both statement 1 and 2 are the correct, and statement 2 is not the correct explanation of statement 1. Statement 1 is correct, but statement 2 is incorrect. Statement 1 is incorrect, statement 2 is correct. Now look at the answer. The answer is A. Prisons persons detained therein is a subject in the state list under the 7th schedule of the Constitution of India. Administration management of prisons and prisoners is responsibility of respective state governments who are competent to take appropriate action in this regard. So that's why statement 1 is the correct answer. Under Prisons Act 1894, which governs the prisons management and administration of the prisons, falls in the domain of the state governments. So statement 2 is correct. So therefore option A is the correct answer. With reference to the Home Guards, consider the following statement. Home Guards are raised under the Home Guards Act and rules of central government. The role of Home Guards is to serve as an auxiliary force to police and maintenance of internal security, to prevent infiltration on the international border coastal areas. The border wing Home Guard battalions have been raised in some states. How many of the above statements are correct? Only 1, only 2, all 3, none. Let's look at the answer, and the answer is B. Home Guards are raised under the Home Guards Act and rules of states, union territories, not the central government. Hence, statement 1 is correct. The role of Home Guards is to serve as an auxiliary force to the police in maintenance of the internal security situation, helps in community in any kind of the emergency, help in maintenance of essential services, and perform civil defense duties. So, statement 2 is the correct. Border wing Home Guards battalions have been raised in the border states Punjab, Rajasthan, Gujarat, Tripura to serve as an auxiliary to border security force for preventing infiltration and guarding the communication lines in vulnerable areas. So statement 3 is the correct. Now we are going to discuss the with reference to anti-defection law in India, consider the following statement. The law specifies that a nominated legislator cannot join any political party within 6 months of being appointed to the House. The law does not provide any time frame within which the presiding officer has to decide a defection case. So here we already know that there's so much of shifting one political leadership to another party. So for that we have a law. So what that law says, and the question is about that. Let's look at the option. 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, neither 1 nor 2. Now the answer is B. A public representative can be disqualified under the Anti-defection Act if an elected member voluntarily gives up the membership of a political party, an independent elected member joins a political party, a member votes against the party in the House, a member abstains from voting. After the expiry of 6 months, a nominated member joins a political party. Therefore, any nominated member can join any political party within 6 months of being appointed to the House, but not after 6 months. So that's why statement 1 is not correct. As per the law, the Speaker of the House has the power to decide the disqualification of the members. The law does not prescribe any time period within which the presiding officer has to decide a defection case. So statement 2 is correct. Now we are going to the another question. With reference to India, consider the following statement. Judicial custody means an accused is in the custody of the concerned magistrate and such accused is locked up in a police station, not in a jail. During judicial custody, the police officer in charge of the case is not allowed to interrogate the suspect without the approval of the court. Which of the statement given above is are correct? One only, two only, both one and two, neither one nor two, and the answer is B. In judicial custody, an accused is in the custody of concerned magistrate and lodged in jail, while in the case of police custody, an accused is locked up in the police station. So that's why statement 1 is not correct. During judicial custody, the police officer in charge of the case may interrogate the suspect, but with prior permission from the magistrate. So here they are making a difference between judicial custody and police custody. In the case of police custody, the police officer can interrogate the suspect but must produce him before the court within 24 hours. So statement 2 is correct, and therefore the option B is the correct answer. Coming to the which one of the following best defines the term state? The community of persons permanently occupying a definite territory independent of external control and possessing an organized government, a politically organized people of a definite territory and possessing an authority to govern them, maintain law and order, protect their natural rights and safeguard their means of sustenance. A number of persons who have been living in a definite territory for a very long time with their own culture, tradition and government, a society permanently living in a definite territory with a central authority and an executive responsible to the central authority and an independent judiciary. Now know the answer, and the answer is A. A state, here they are giving you the definition of the state. A state is defined as a society of people politically organized with a definite territory having its own government with the power to enforce obedience which is free from external control. So the state is a free from external control. A state has its own government. Sovereignty is an important feature of a state where external forces cannot interfere in the internal matters of the state. This feature is covered by option A and not by option B. It is necessary for people to live for a long period of a time in a defined territory to become a part of a state. However, in the process of building a nation, a long period of time is a favorable factor to create a harmony among people. A state can have a federal, quasi-federal or unitary type of political system. In the comment section, you have to tell me that which kind of system India has. Now we are going to discuss. With reference to India, consider the following statement. When a prisoner makes out a sufficient case, parole cannot be denied to such prisoners because it becomes matter of his right. State governments have their own prisoners release on parole rules. Which of the statement given above is are correct? So recently we had discussed about the prisons rules that every state has a different kind of prison rule. On the basis of that, you can easily solve this question. One only, two only, both one and two, neither one nor two. And the answer is B. Parole can be looked at a perspective of privilege for prisoners who seems to be capable of reintegrating into society. Although some criminal statutes carry a right to an eventual parole hearing, typical laws do not absolutely guarantee parole itself. Authorities retain the discretion to deny parole to prisoners they deem dangerous. Hence, statement 1 is not correct. The grant of parole is governed by the rules made under the Prisons Act 1894 and Prisons Act 1900. Many state governments have also formulated guidelines to facilitate decision making to determine whether parole needs to be granted in a particular case or not. For example, the Rajasthan Prisoners Release on Parole Rules 1958. So, coming to the, in India, Legal Service Authority provided free legal service to which of the following type of citizens? Persons with an annual income of less than 1 lakh, transgenders with an annual income of less than 2 lakhs, members of other backward classes with an annual income of less than 3 lakhs, all senior citizens. Here we have option 1 and 2 only, 2, 3 and 4 only, and 2 and 3 only, and 1 and 4 and only. Now look at the answer, that whether OBCs are covered, senior citizens are covered, transgenders are covered. So answer is A. And what is the answer? A options 1 and 2 only. It means person with the annual income of less than 1 lakh, transgender. Now we'll look that why OBC and senior citizens has exceptions. In 1987, the Legal Service Authority Act was enacted by the Parliament, which came into force on 9th November 1995 to establish a nationwide uniform network for providing competent legal service to weaker section of the society on the basis of equal opportunity. Under Section 12 of the Act, the persons eligible for getting free legal service include women and children, members of SC/ST, industrial workmen, victims of disaster, violence, flood, drought, earthquake, disabled persons in custody, victims of trafficking. So these are the people who are covered. Further, according to Section 12H of the Act, persons in receipt of annual income less than 9,000 or such a higher amount as may be prescribed by the state government in the case of before a court other than Supreme Court and less than 12,000 or such other higher amount as may be prescribed by the central government in the case is before the Supreme Court are also eligible for free legal services. The income ceiling limit prescribed under Section 12H of the Act varies across states. It ranges from 9,000 in Lakshadweep to 3 lakhs in Andhra Pradesh, hence 1 is correct. In the case of Delhi, there is a mention of income ceiling for transgender on NALSA portal, 2 lakhs, hence statement 2 is correct. Senior citizens' eligibility for free legal aid depends on rules framed by the respective state governments in this regard. So it depends upon state to state that whether state has rules for senior citizen or not. Now we are talking about the other backward classes, which is OBC. There is no such clear-cut demarcation for the OBCs with an annual income of less than 3 lakhs will avail free legal aid under the Act. So there is no clear cut. So that's why statement 3 is not correct. A constitutional government by definition is a government by legislature, popular government, multi-party government, limited government. So here they are talking about that which government you can call as a constitutional government. And in the comment section, you have to tell me immediately, go and comment that whether India's form of governance is a constitutional form of government or not, or whether Indian government is a constitutional government or not. Let's look at the answer. The answer is D, and the D is about limited government. It means that people has more say into the government. A constitutional government is defined by the existence of the constitution, which may be written or unwritten, accepted as a fundamental law of the polity that effectively controls the exercise of political power. In the comment section, you have to tell me again that whether India's constitution is written or unwritten. The core component of the constitutional government is the existence of a rule of law or a set of basic laws that binds both public office holders and all members of a society, citizens within a given territory. The essence of constitutionalism is a control of power by its distribution of power among its executive, legislative, judicial branches of the government with a particular view in balancing these powers. The constitutional government is a type of regime that is characterized by the fact that government operates within a set of legal institutional constraints that both limits its power, limited government, and protects the individual liberty. Constitutional government may not have legislature, could be a bi-party government and need not be a popular government and can instead be a monarchy. So here you have to find out that whether India is eligible for such kind of rules and whether all these things are applied to India or not. Coming to the next one. Rapid financing instrument and rapid credit facility are related to provisions of lending by which one of the following? Asian Development Bank, International Monetary Fund, United Nations Environment Program Finance Initiative, World Bank. And the answer is B, which is the International Monetary Fund. So, rapid financing instrument provides quick financial assistance which is available to all member countries facing urgent balance of payments requirements. The RFI was created as a part of broader reform to make International Monetary Fund financial support more flexible to meet the diverse needs of the member state. Under rapid credit facility, the International Monetary Fund provides immediate balance of payments requirement to low-income countries with no ex-post condition whether the full economic program is neither necessary nor feasible. So it is basically for the low-income countries, rapid credit facility. And then we have rapid financing instrument provides quick financial assistance which is available to all member countries. Now we are coming to IAS Prelims test series. So we have this online and key features are comprehensive coverage, subject-wise evaluation, detailed explanation, medium is in English. So you can call on to the number 87501 87501, and you can also download Drishti Learning app. In which one of the following groups are all the 4 countries members of G20? So as you already know that India has also chaired the G20, and this year who has chaired, you have to tell me into the comment section. So Argentina, Mexico, South Africa, Turkey, Australia, Canada, Malaysia, New Zealand, Brazil, Iran, Saudi Arabia, Vietnam, Indonesia, Japan, Singapore, and South Korea. Now the answer is A, which is Argentina, Mexico, South Africa, and Turkey. G20 is an informal group of 19 countries and the European Union right now. You have to tell me in the comment section that whether African Union is a part of G20 or not. With representatives of the International Monetary Fund and World Bank, in order to achieve a robust global economic growth, the member countries which represent and contribute more than 80% of the global GDP came at the premier forum for the International Economic Cooperation. And here G20 members include Argentina, Australia, Brazil, Canada, China, France, Germany, India, Indonesia, Italy, Japan, Mexico, Republic of Korea, Russia, Saudi Arabia, South Africa, Turkey we call it, but I think Turkey we have the name, United Kingdom, United States, and European Union. So as you already know that G20 has a greater economic what you can say contribution. It has a huge population base, it has a huge economic base. In the context of finance, the term beta refers to the process of simultaneous buying and selling of an asset from different platforms, an investment strategy of a portfolio manager to balance risk versus reward, a type of systematic risk that arises where perfect hedging is not possible, a numeric value that measures the fluctuation of a stock to changes in the overall stock market. And now look at the answer. The answer is D. In the context of finance, the term beta refers to a measure of how an individual asset moves on an average when the overall stock market increases or decreases. It is used as a measure of risk and is an integral part of capital asset pricing model. A company with a higher beta has a greater risk and also greater expected returns. Now we'll look at the another answer question. Consider the following statement. The self-help groups program was originally initiated by the State Bank of India by providing microcredit to the financially deprived. In all SHG, all members in an SHG, all members of a group take responsibility for a loan that an individual member takes. The regional rural banks and scheduled commercial banks support SHG. How many of the above statements are correct? Only 1, only 2, all 3, none. So let's look at the answer. Self-help group, or in short SHG, is now a well-known concept. Its origin can be traced to the concept of SHG in Bangladesh. Dr. Mahmood Yunus. India has adopted a Bangladesh model in a modified form. So as you already know, the SHG is very much helpful for the women. So this you can also connect for your mains, that how SHGs are empowering the women of India. So you can practice at your home for the mains question. In 1970, Ilaben Bhatt, founder member of SEWA, Self-Employed Women's Association Ahmedabad, had developed a concept of women and microfinance. In 1991 and 2, the National Bank of Agriculture and Rural Development started promoting self-help groups on a large scale, and it was a real take point for the SHG movement. Hence, statement 1 is not correct. Such groups work as a collective granted system for members who propose to borrow from organized sources. The poor collect their savings and save it in banks, regional rural banks. In return, they receive easy access to loans with a low rate of interest to start their micro-unit enterprises. Regional rural banks and scheduled commercial banks actively support and finance self-help groups as a part of their microfinance initiative. These banks recognize potential of SHGs in fostering financial inclusion, uplifting the socio-economic conditions of the marginalized community. Statement 3 is correct. 3 is correct. So here the basic purpose of the SHG is to, what you can say here, there are group of the people, 10 people, 20 people, 50 people, 100 people, and they all come together. They what you can say fund to a group, and for any need they can take that money as a loan. In some times they can take interest free, in some SHG it is with a low interest, so it depends upon the SHG. So SNG, and SHG is very much important for the women because it gives a platform for them to unite, to collaborate, to empower and to save also. Now we are coming to the ISGS foundation course, and the key features are: this is for the online 1000 hours plus classes, unlimited view time, prelims test series. The medium is in English. You can call on to the number. So coming to the next one, which one of the following activities of the Reserve Bank of India is considered to be a part of sterilization? Conducting open market operation, oversight of settlement and payment system, debt and cash management for the central and state governments, regulating the functions of the non-banking financial institution. Now let's look at the answer, and the answer is A, which is conducting open market operation. Sterilization refers to the process by which RBI takes away money from the banking system to neutralize the fresh money that enters the system. Classical sterilization involves central banks conducting buy and sell operations in open market. Oversight of the settlement payment system refers to the role of Reserve Bank of India in supervising and ensuring the smooth functioning of payment and settlement system in the country. It is important for maintaining the efficiency and stability of the financial system, and it is not directly related to the sterilization. So debt and cash management for the central and state government involves the role of Reserve Bank of India in managing the issuance, redemption, servicing of government debt. It is not directly related to sterilization. The Reserve Bank of India regulates and supervises non-banking financial institutions and such as non-banking financial companies which provide various financial services. So consider the following consider the investment in following assets: brand recognition, inventory, intellectual property, mailing list of clients. How many of the above are considered intangible investments? Only one, only two, only three, all four. Now look at the answer. Answer is C. The assets that cannot be touched are known as intangible assets. They are non-physical in nature and can be used for a year or more. For the list includes brand value, goodwill, intellectual property like trademarks, patents and copyrights. A tangible asset is an asset that has physical substance. Examples include inventory, a building, rolling stocks, manufacturing equipment, machinery and office furniture. So option C is the correct answer. Coming to the next one. With reference to chemical fertilizers in India, consider the following statements. At present, the retail price of chemical fertilizers is market driven and not administered by the government. Ammonia, which is an input of urea, is produced from natural gas. Sulfur, which is a raw material for phosphoric acid fertilizer, is a byproduct of the oil refineries. Which of the statement given above is correct? 1 only, 2 and 3 only, 2 only, 1, 2 and 3. And the answer is B. The government of India subsidizes fertilizers to ensure fertilizers are easily available to the farmers and the country remains self-sufficient in agricultural production. The same has been achieved largely by controlling the price of fertilizer and amount of production. So that's why statement 1 is not correct. Ammonia NH3 has been synthesized from a natural gas. In this process, natural gas molecules are reduced to carbon and hydrogen. The hydrogen is then purified and reacted with nitrogen to produce ammonia. This synthetic ammonia is used as a fertilizer, either directly as ammonia or indirectly as synthesis as urea, ammonium nitrate, monoammonium or diammonium phosphates. Hence statement 2 is correct. Now coming to the sulfur is a major byproduct of oil refining and gas processing. Most crude oil grades contain some sulfur, most of which must be removed during the refining process to meet strict sulfur content limits in refined products. This is done through hydro-treating and results in production of H2S gas, which is converted into elemental sulfur. Sulfur can also be mined from underground naturally occurring deposits, but this is more costly than sourcing from oil and gas has largely been discontinued. Sulfuric acid is used in the production of both monoammonium phosphate and diammonium phosphate. Hence statement 3 is the correct answer. With reference to tea board in India, consider the following statement. The tea board is a statutory body. It is regulatory body attached to the Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare. The tea board's head office is situated in Bengaluru. The board has overseas offices at Dubai and Moscow. Which of the statements given above are correct? 1 and 3, 2 and 4, 3 and 4, 1 and 4. So here what we can see, the answer is D. Tea board functions as a statutory body of the central government. The present tea board set up under section 4 of the Tea Act 1953 and constituted on the 1st April 1954. Hence statement 1 is correct. It comes under the Ministry of Commerce. Hence statement 2 is not correct. The board is constituted of 31 members, including chairperson, drawing from members of parliament, tea producers, tea traders, tea brokers, consumers, representatives of governments from the principal tea producing state, trade unions. The board is reconstituted every 3 years. Currently, tea board has 2 overseas offices, Dubai and Moscow. All these foreign offices of the board are designed to undertake various promotional measures to boost of export of Indian tea. These offices also act as a liaison office for interaction between importers of Indian tea of the respective regions as well as Indian exporter. Hence statement 4 is correct. Its headquarters is located in Kolkata. So that's why statement 3 is not correct. With reference to India, Didwana, Kuchman, Sargol and Khatu are the names of glaciers, mangrove areas, Ramsar sites and saline lakes. Now look at the answer. Answer is D. A salt lake or saline lake is landlocked body of water that has a concentration of salts and other dissolved minerals significantly higher than most lakes. Didwana, Kuchman, Sargol and Khatu are saline lakes of Rajasthan. So that's why the option D is the correct answer. Then consider the following fauna. Lion-tailed mink, Malabar civet, sambar deer. How many of the above are generally nocturnal or most active after sunset? So the people who does not sleep are called as nocturnal. Only 1, only 2, all 3, none. So the answer is A. The lion-tailed mink is not a nocturnal animal. It is an arboreal diurnal creature. They sleep at night in the trees, typically high in the canopy of rainforest. These minks are territorial and very communicative animals. Hence 1 is not correct. Malabar civet is primarily a nocturnal. It is a small carnivorous mammal that is native to the Western Ghats region of India. It has a solitary and secretive nature, making it challenging to observe in the wild. Its nocturnal behavior helps it to avoid predators and increases its chances in finding prey in the darkness. Sambar deer is crepuscular and nocturnal, but it is most active at dawn and dusk. So hence statement 3 is not correct. So we have IAS Prelims, GS plus CSET online, and key features are 500 hours of classes, watch unlimited times, 30 free tests, GS plus CSET, medium is in English, and this is our calling number 87501 87501. And that's it for today's session. I hope you like this session. If you have any queries related to the session, kindly ask into the comment section. And in this whole miscellaneous series, we had tried to cover up the miscellaneous from the economy, polity, and then from environment and ecology, so that there can be a full phrase preparation for your prelims. There are not necessary that these such exact kind of the question can be asked to your prelims examination, but it gives you an insights that what are the patterns, on which patterns UPSC is asking the question. Sometimes they can ask questions from the options, so you have to be careful towards the options. Suppose that if they are talking about the national tiger reserves of another region, and next time they can ask for the other region. Sometimes they have talked about the wildlife, sometimes they talked about the different kind of the animals. So these things are very much important to take care of. Also, Holi is coming, and on the occasion of Holi, Drishti IAS is coming with a huge discount offer, and Drishti IAS is giving you 60% discount on all its online courses available at Drishti Learning app, and also it is giving you 40% discount on test series and books. So here you can take all these facilities at a very low discount, at a very low price. So those who are targeting the further prelims, those who want to prepare for prelims UPSC examination or any kind of the examination, we have also discounts on the PCS examination. So we have also discount on test series and books. So whatever you are lacking it, you can take according to that, and this is the lowest price. So this is very much important, and for this also you have to call for 87501. So this is our calling number for the discount. This is our calling for the IAS Prelims GS plus CSET online course. So remember this number, 87501. So this is our calling number. So you can call and you can take discount. Thank you. Have a nice day and be prepared for your prelims examination. I hope all these PYQ series is very helpful to you. So revise it again and again for your examination and try to cover up all the aspects. Keep reading the newspaper, making notes from it, and then prepare for your prelims examination. Thank you. Have a nice day.
For more informative content, like, share and subscribe, and do not forget to press the bell icon to get the notifications.